Some days, all the tech in the world can't make things run smoothly. Yep, hang on. Still getting situated. It's always when you want to do something that Streamlabs is like, I'm going to take 20 minutes to update. Upload. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Hi, how are ya? How's it going? The reason I gave up on Streamlabs. Yeah, I feel that. I don't really have a better alternative right now. I'm not really sure what else to use besides like straight up OBS, but like OBS and Streamlabs to me kind of run the same, function the same, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, may as well stick with the evil I know and then evil I don't, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, hi. How's it going? How you doing? How's everyone, what's today? Is today a Thursday? No, today's Wednesday. Today's a Wednesday, that's right. I know this is like a really random Wednesday stream, but I happen to have tomorrow off, so yeah. That's why I'm here. I thought I'd just kind of like chill. I just finished the Tsurumi Island quest thing.
What's the hurry?
And I was like, you know what? Let's like go explore it because I've been holding off on exploring it until I finished the world quest. That world quest was so good. I think that's like my second or third favorite world quest now. I really enjoyed it. Seirumi in general is just kind of like creepy. And I think that's super cool because it's October and I don't know about you guys, but I really like Halloween. Halloween's so much fun. I don't know why I'm doing this. I should just like take out Zhongli, but I don't want to. And I'm not going to. Cannot make me. Well, I guess they could. They could. There are ways. So like having Tsurumi Island just kind of feels appropriate, like seasonally appropriate. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I haven't done like much of any of this place. So we're gonna like comb it. Yeah. I did not get most of the remarkable chests. I think I've got like 5 because they just happened to be there and I recognized that they were green and so I picked them up. But other than that, I haven't done anything. I've picked up a few Electroculuses that were just happened to be on my way and stuff. And I think I've cleared a few of the chests just because they were in the way of me completing a quest. And I was like, you're so annoying, stop it. So I did that, yeah. Other than that, I want all of this stuff because I am preparing to do a lot of summoning in the next version or 2. But yeah, I guess there's a lot to talk about. It's been a while. It's been a while since maybe it's not been that long. How long has it been? Oh, I did an anniversary thing. That's right. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing. That was my last one though. That's kind of sad. Okay, so these birds, I think I can, oh, where's my feather? Did it change? My feather change? No. Oh yeah, it changed. Okay, hi, new feather. Oh no, they're these. I still don't know how to solve these, and I've never tried to learn. I just kind of whack them all until something happens. I'm just gonna smack them. Anyway. Will I pull for Yai Miko when she's out? No, I won't. I don't really like her. I'm gonna get so many people angry at me for that. She's just really not my thing.
Time to go.
Yai's fine. I mean, she's a fine character. I just, like, she's not my thing, you know. I really don't know how these work.
Time to
I feel
go.
like I should figure it out at one point, but you know, sometimes just like whacking them enough, and you'll solve it eventually. Why are they also? See, I just solved it eventually. I don't even know what I did. Like, okay, yeah. It's not worth trying to figure it out, like mechanically, because you can just hit them until they explode. Not literally explode, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's fine. Oh, is there a new description? I didn't even notice. I literally just finished this like a half an hour ago. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. I'm gonna miss him. You know, one thing I haven't seen people talking about, because obviously, like, this quest is, like, all over my Twitter feed and stuff. Like, it's just everywhere. Because it's kind of the focus of this whole patch right now. One thing I haven't seen anyone talk about that really stood out to me was just Paimon's character development. Oh, hello. And this might be because today I, in the name of research.
Time to go.
Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
In the name of research, I was watching some old stuff. Namely, I was rewatching Kaeya's quest from like the very beginning of the game where he makes us go hunt for pirate treasure. And listening to Paimon's dialogue then and listening to this quest basically like a couple hours later was weird because Paimon sounded like such a baby and such a child in Kaeya's quest. And I don't mean that as like an insult. I mean like she literally just sounds like she's like 7. Whereas here she sounds more like she's like 13 or 14. I thought that was really interesting and my ping just like skyrocketed. I'm gonna wait a second here. I'm just gonna wait for my ping to go down. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna chill. It'll do that sometime. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Okay, hang on. Hang on. I think I have to mess with something really quick. I think my VPN is still connected. Because I am neglecting to turn it off because I don't like using that machine. Oh, that helped. Look at that. It cut it right in half. Okay. Well, I don't like 800, 900. Okay, I don't. Oh, so sorry. Yeah. So anyway, oh, there we go. Now I'm back down to 100. Oh, I don't know what this thing's doing sometimes. I have the worst internet. I really do. And I can't make it any better. Even if I like pay out an exorbitant amount of money, like this is my cap. It's ridiculous. Who is Bon Bon wooing me? Oh. More like Bon Bon bully. Oh, this is not gonna be kosher. Okay. I don't really have a method to break your shield right now. Except just snap. There we go.
Very quick.
Yeah. Ring cutter.
I guess that was a little overkill. That's fine. Huh? What were we saying? What the? Why did it move again? Okay, that was weird. That was weird. Anyway. Oh, they moved together. Intriguing. Okay. Oh, this one's doing the thing. Okay, I see. That one doesn't move. That one doesn't move. Okay, fine. I guess we'll swap to Diona for a little bit. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. So, like, I just thought it was really weird that Paimon all of a sudden was growing up. Like, she was really attached to Rue. Like, really attached. But I thought that was kind of cool, and I also think it kind of might lead into some stuff later.
You win again.
Because I have this feeling that this quest is kind of like some really creepy foreshadowing for like the whole game. Because like the one thing that really stood out to me is that time flowed differently on Tsurumi Island. And there's only one other place that we know of where time flows differently, and that's in the Abyss. And we know that the Abyss swallowed Conria. And I'm sitting here going, so does that mean Conria just has like a really messed up leyline disorder? Because that's kind of messed up. Like, what did they do? Does that mean everyone down there is like just a memory or like a fragment? And that's why we have Abyss Mages? I don't know. Like, I'm still kind of thinking through it. I'm still digesting, but that's kind of like the level of creep that I'm on right now with this island. Oh, there's a Celia. I think I forgot to go get the... There was an Electrocule that I was going to go get, and then I got distracted, and then I didn't go get it. So now we're gonna go get it, because I'll forget it. I'll forget it. Anyway. Yeah, right. Okay, so this is supposed to be like an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. I was gonna attempt to do this in like a more structured way, like with a community post and everything, but I'm so horrible at planning that it's just not gonna happen. I've tried. So it, what is with that boar? Like, look at it. Look at it. It's just like, it's floating. It is a floating boar. Okay. Yeah, so here's how this is gonna work, or at least how I would like for it to work. If that makes sense. This is not gonna work. I think I know how this has to go. I think we gotta go get the Wave Rider. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. What I'd like to do is like have a casual exploration stream, but I also kind of want to like, if you guys have any questions or if there's anything that you're interested in suggesting, then I would like to see those sorts of things in chat. But like, I know that it's kind of been a problem, where if I don't get to something right away, things kind of get spammed through chat, and I don't have a solution to that, or like an answer to kind of managing and making that better, other than like trying to take questions ahead of time. But I'm horrible with that, so if I don't get to your question, I just might not get to your question. But what I'm gonna ask is that maybe people wait until there's a little bit of a lull in the stream before asking questions, because that's usually when I check chat, like just generally. So this is kind of more like an honorary system sort of thingamabob, I guess. I think that's for the time challenge, and maybe the time challenge has something to do with the Electroculus over there, if I'm lucky. Am I lucky? Maybe. I don't know why this thing has like such horrible camera. I'm really bad at time challenges too. Or at least these ones. Because like I always lose track of the things. Oh? Oh. Nope. Okay. Oh wait, is there a thing up there? There's a thing up there, isn't there? I saw a thing.
Time to go.
I saw a thing. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, hi. Casual. Thank you so much for your super chat. Oh, I see. What do you think was Kaeya's intent when he gave the Harbinger of Dawn as a gift to Paimon? Read the weapon description. Also, love your vids. Okay, so I'm actually working on a theory right now about treasure hoarders. Specifically. And where am I going? I don't know if I have a Harbinger of the Dawn. I don't think I do. Oh, yes, I do. I kept one. Hang on. There we go. So there's a couple of things about this sword that get me, but it's more what Kaeya said and then the name of the sword than it is about the lore of it. So keeping thoughts in order is so hard. I'm not very organized in my brain. It's just kind of like chaos in there. Everything gets thrown in, and sometimes things stick together, and then cool stuff happens. Other than that, things don't nicely stay in their own little boxes. So the one thing that I really thought of when he first handed this over as I was rewatching the cutscene was that we as the twins have some heavy associations with the morning and the evening star. And the morning and the evening star is heavily associated with Lucifer. And the
Wherever in
demon
this world I roam,
Lucifer is the demon that Paimon is most loyal to. And also, the morning star was the star that the Moon Sisters were supposedly enamored with, right? So, Harbinger of the Dawn with a morning star, right? Makes me think of things like that. I don't know how this gets. But how do I? Oh, it just took a minute. Okay, take me to the thingy. Oh, that's like completely unnecessarily high, but okay. So I'm thinking Harbinger of... So I have so many thoughts about that quest right now that I haven't really got them in order, but...
Time to act.
A couple of things I'm thinking with Kaeya is that he doesn't lie, okay? We actually haven't had an instance of Kaeya outright lying to us. Kaeya just doesn't tell us the whole truth. Which really isn't the same thing as lying, because he's, like, telling us things, but in the most roundabout way possible, right? And there were so many weird things in his quest that made me feel like he knew immediately who we were and why we were there. And he was trying to give us information that we as the player have no way of digesting yet. And I think we as the traveler also have no way of digesting right now. So...
Time to act.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm looking at it as like... He's looking at us like light bringers. Except the Harbinger of the Dawn's lore is kind of tragic because the Harbinger of Dawn was kind of like struck down, wasn't he? I think of things like that.
Dodge this.
I don't know, man. It's hard to
Adorn my night.
give you like a really good...
One with nature. From whence you came.
It's hard to give a really good, concise answer like that because I'm still kind of processing. Hi. Oh, ping troubles. I love watching delayed damage. It's fun. I just think there's a lot of connections between the Evening Star and the Harbinger of Dawn. And I do think he intended to give us that sword from the very beginning. And I do think it's interesting that the Harbinger of Dawn is weirdly one of Kaeya's best weapons, even though it's a 3-star weapon. Like, that is such a weird thing. Because he's also talking about a magical sword, and he talks about things that fell from Celestia, specifically a sword that fell from Celestia. And we also know that Dainsleif's title is the Twilight Sword. And we also know that the name Dainsleif is actually the name of a sword in Norse mythology. And that sword was this blade that... I think I need Beto. Was this blade that couldn't be wreath-sheathed until it had killed somebody. So I look at things like that and I'm just like, that is the most ridiculous thing. Nope, that's not gonna work. I don't know what to do with this Seelie. Maybe I'll just leave him. Come back to him later. I don't think I have energy for this. I can't freeze these in time, can I? Nope. Dunno. come back to this later. I don't want to do it right now. I'm not. I don't want to. I have limited brain juice. I'm like Paimon. I'm gonna be completely out of brain juice. So when are we getting a theory video based on your Venti is an Abyss Mage theory? And also curse you for getting me sucked into Genshin Theorist Twitter. Yeah, that's a bit of a hole that you never want to go down. Because there's some really good theorists on Twitter. And people make these, like, really, really random discoveries. Like, today, oh my god, someone pointed out that a Stonehide Lawachurl... Lawachurl. I can't do it without the R. I can't. I'm so... It's not... I have to show this, though. Hang on. Someone pointed out today that a Stonehide Lawachurl... This one. See this guy? Now hold that image in your head for a second. And he looks a lot like this guy. Like, when you put them side by side, it's super weird. Because they have the exact same coloring in the exact same space. And they have the same feet and the same, like, crotch guard kind of thing. And the more I look at it, the more I'm just like, oh my god, the people in Conria were actually trying to create, like, recreate robot hilichurls. And I'm very confused by the whole thing. Again, I have no idea how these work. I'm just gonna hit them until they function. I'm gonna hit them. See? See? It works! Yay!
Long lost ancient literature.
This is the equivalent of, like, the refrigerator's not working and so you kick it until it does.
Body and mind.
Sorry. I need a pop screen. I need to get that and put that on my shopping list. Anyway. Unknown 1808. I don't think Scaramouche will be playable because they won't know how to make his hat not clip when he's climbing. That's fine. You can have that opinion. Everyone says that about his hat, but his hat's honestly not that big. And it got smaller since they, put his model back in the game. Okay. So, like, hi, dude. I'm not that tall. Can I... Okay. Really? Hi. Okay, we're gonna... I don't like having to keep swapping parties. This is annoying. I'm sure I don't have to, but this seems like the easiest way to go about things. Yeah, no. Oh, right, when are we getting the Abyss Mage thing? Sorry, I got really distracted right there. Yeah. Okay, so Abyss Mage Venti. I have a list of ongoing theories right now. That's numbered in, oh god, what is it, like 36 right now? I think it's like 36. I have a lot of theories right now. And my problem is that some of them are really long, some of them are not, some of them are kind of like fun little things, and some of them are like really crack. And because I have so many, and I keep getting new ones added, especially as we get new new lore, new regions, new information, all that kind of stuff, like, I have this really horrible sense of indecision. Where the heck did it go? Wait. I hate Electroceles. I really do. Like, please. Please, sir. Stop running. Stop running. Okay, so that's 3. We need 1 more. One thing about Tsurumi Island I thought was... Okay, so sorry. I've got the attention span of a gnat sometimes. Venti is an Abyss Mage. Yeah. The reason why that one got put on hold initially was the Electro Archon got released.
Time to go.
And I know that's like doesn't sound like a big deal, but part of the foundational theory that I had for Venti as an Abyss Mage, or Venti is from the Abyss, had a little bit more to do with his ties to black holes and the time tunnels as kind of like the god of wind and time, making him like a god of two things.
It was worth the trouble.
But the problem is that when A came out, she also had like a passive idle animation that had something black hole-ish about her, and so that kind of like killed a good chunk of my theory, and so I put it on hold, and then I got distracted. So when are we gonna see it? I don't know. Probably when I have another piece of really compelling evidence that can help support the whole idea.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Sometimes it's just hard, you know. Sometimes it's just hard to find good evidence to back up your hunches. And I have a lot of hunches, but I can't back most of them up right now. Not convincingly anyway. Nico Bolas, do you think it's possible that A based Scaramouche's appearance on Rue? No, I don't think so. There's no indication that Rue ever knew of the Electro Archon, and I have to look into it a little bit more, but I'm not really sure like the exact timeline of Tsurumi Island. It says that it's been millennia, right? Like actual millennia. And like the Archon War has only been over for a couple thousand years. So I don't know that the Electro Archon was really a thing back then. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I just finished the quest, so like, oh my god. Why are there so many things? I don't like all these things. I also don't like high ping. Bye. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that A knows about him. Oh my god, my ping. I swear to god. I just have to sit and wait, I guess, as it goes down or up. Yep, they're back up to 99 again. Now it's 600. Yep. Oh god. Wow, it's real bad tonight. It's not usually this bad. I wonder if I should move.
Quite the find.
I mean into a different room, not like physically move. I don't have the capacity to like actually move right now. The annoying thing is like across the street, I think they have better internet than I do. I'm still annoyed by that. Yeah, the timeline in Genshin is really, really, really confusing. A lot of it's because a lot of the information we have is based on unreliable narration, meaning that it's not always accurate, which is actually really accurate to real life, you know, because our timelines aren't exactly super reliable because our history isn't always unbiased. You know, like we're always looking at history through a biased lens. So whenever we look at books or writings or anything like that in the real world, mythological teachings, religious teachings, anything, we have to look at them within context, right? And then we have to try and piece things together. And that kind of makes things hard sometimes to like get a really clear picture. And that's kind of what we're going through in Genshin. Is we just have a lot of really unreliable narrators.
Follow the wind.
Hey. And we don't know which one's right. You know, like some people say the Archon War ended 1600 years ago, and others say it ended like 2000 years ago. And, you know, both of those things could be true because maybe the Archon War ended in one place, you know, sooner than it ended in another place. It's just, it's impossible to say right now.
Submit for judgment.
Which is kind of the thing. Anyway.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse.
I've seen some really good timeline videos. And I think the wiki actually has a pretty decent timeline. Oh my god.
Forth, my blade, from whence you came.
This delayed damage is gonna just like eat at me. I've seen some pretty good timeline videos. I really do want to do an intro video to Genshin lore, but
Quite the find.
those videos are really invested, and I want to make it like as basic as possible, so it's a matter of like figuring out what to strip out. And that's honestly harder than figuring out how much to put in. So, you know, it's a challenge either way, really. Mao says, Venti as an Abyss Mage makes no sense. The sibling who is of the Abyss calls him the Animal Archon. Well, that's because he is the Animal Archon, but he wasn't always the Animal Archon. He was originally like a Wind Wisp. And if you look at him as a Wind Wisp, he looks just like a really, really tiny Abyss Mage. Like, I think people forget that Archons aren't like a thing. They're a title. You know? You're given the title of Archon when you won the Archon War and you were awarded your trophy, which was the Gnosis, right? Before then, they were just normal mythical creatures, like Zhongli was an Adepti, like Xiao. Right? I don't know what this puzzle is, actually. I just see things. I'm going to touch them. I'm going to touch the things. Touch. Oh, touch the things. Yeah, like, he was an Adepti. He's technically an animal, like, primarily. He's not technically human form first. And who knows what A was. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, there's more up there. Okay. I see how it is. It's kind of hard to see. I'm still disoriented because of all the fog. And I'm not sure where my bearings are. I see where I am now. Venti stole his form, actually. He body snatched. Not, like, literally, I hope. He, the body he has is actually just a copy of the unknown bard. That was not Venti's body. His friend died. The unknown bard was his friend, and his friend died, and, Venti decided that he would assume his friend's shape.
What's the hurry?
Which is kind of a frigged up way to deal with someone's death. Just saying. Venti has some problems with coping. Alcohol is not a very good coping mechanism, and neither is making yourself look like your deceased friend. That's something I feel like I should never have had to say.
A touch of
You know. Yeah, thank you.
Wind Strider.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Owie. Come on.
Clouds high. The birds call.
I just want the thing.
Submit for justice.
I just want that thing to come to me. Oh, hey, look, he went down. Weird. Into the other room real quick. Because I think my ping will be better. I think it will. Because then I wouldn't be, like, second routering. Like I am right now. Conch? Oh, what? Why did it give me a fish? What? What? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I don't understand it, but it's fine. This looks dangerous.
Don't get frostbite.
I highly recommend not swimming under the ice. That does not end well for anyone. Always walk on top of the ice. Oh, hello.
What's this?
Yep. Oh.
From whence you came. A
Weep.
touch of frost.
Womp. Yay! Okay, well, I don't know what that accomplished. Hello, Mr. Stonebird. What happened? Nothing happened. What a useless little bird. Maybe something happened and I'm just blind. What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing. Useless. Absolutely useless. Anyway. I have no idea how to say your name. So, JC Peachuts? Sorry, 91? JC91, that's what I'm going to call you. Thank you for your super chat. That also comes with a very helpful PSA on coping. They say, please don't assume your friend's forms if they die. Get Venti some therapy. Some very good advice. Should all take that to heart. Good coping skills for the future. We have good life advice here. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. This bird is also useless. Why are all the birds useless? Okay, fine, be that way. I feel like I probably should not be running a freeze team here. But there are the Rift Hounds. And I like to freeze the Rift Hounds because then there's no corrosion.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of
I
wonder?
guess we could run Melt. Let's run Melt. It's fine. We can run Melt. I don't use Rosaria that often.
I won't hold you back. Much.
I hear you've got a job for me.
Yeah. It's not really a job. It's not really a job. But anyway, yeah. Ron asks, weird question. What vision do you want to have?
Time to go.
2020. Is that a good answer? I don't want a vision. It sounds like a lot of responsibility. There's a very unique beauty in being a nobody. Okay? I'm actually kind of happy being a nobody. Like the person who's not that special. You can get away with a lot more. I may not have plot armor, but like I also have NPC syndrome, which means that like I'm probably not important enough for a villain to come after. So, you know, sounds like a lot less trouble. So yeah, 2020 vision is good enough for me. I think I got 2015 though. Well, I did last week. Who knows what it is today? No one knows. Whoa, hello. Hello. What do I do with this? Do I do the thing on the stones again? You're a solution to a puzzle that I don't know exists yet. Okay. I getcha. I understand. I don't get it, but I understand. Oh. Oh, this puzzle.
Time to go.
Okay, I see. I get you. Hey, Sealy. Hello, Sealy. Where'd he go? I hate Sealies. I hate them. Oh, that reminds me. I was thinking the other day, and I think you know those really funky 3 sistery things. They're like coming out of the waves, and then the weird murals in the domains. All around Inazuma. You know those things? Like the one-eyed things, the 3 one-eyed things. I think those actually are Sealies. I'm starting to think that Sealies in general are just one-eyed beings. Hey, Fencer Dario. Dario? I don't... You guys don't show up here for my pronunciation, I hope. I hope. Thanks for your super chat. Do you think Dottore's constellation is going to be the Plague Doctor's mask or the bottle? Neither. I think he's going to be the nails. I think, hang on. Let's do, I'm gonna call this A-C-K-O-S. A-C-K-O-S. We're gonna go up, 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 up. A-C-K-O-S. No. A-C-K. Ow. Oh. Ow! Stop it! Thank you. You screwed up my thing.
One with nature.
Stupid helichurros. Oh.
Cool it.
Well, that wasn't necessarily strong. Can you just, like, go down, please, so that I can like, pay attention to my thing? Man. Okay, hang what? Can you reset? It reset. Okay. A C K O S. It did not work. Okay, this one. This one. This one. This one. This one? Yes, I just did it backwards. That's fine. Okay, I'm paying attention now.
How
I got a stone thingy. I actually know what that's for, weirdly enough. Okay, no, sorry. I'm here now. I'm here now. What's the question? Okay. Nails. Right, Dottore. I do. Oh, that's one of the other friggin' theories on my massive list of ridiculous amounts of theories. I don't have a claymore now. Kazua's on ore duty then, I guess. I think he's gonna be the nails, and the reason I think that is because Dottore is not actually like a doctor. He's like a PhD doctor. He's more like robotics and like human augmentation than he is, you know, like a medical doctor, right? And because of that, and also because of
Follow the wind.
also because in the manga when he kind of like attacks Diluc, he ends up with these like big three-pronged nails that surround him. These big things. And also his pale flame artifact is the doctor's pinion. And a pinion is a piece of a machine. It's like a shoot, what's it called? It's like a pin, I think. I think it's like a pin. It's like a pin with a little gear on it, I think. I forget. But because of that, I think he's actually going to be the nails. Also because I can't think of another harbinger that would fit the nails, but I can think of other harbingers that would fit everything else. So
Time to go.
Yeah, that's my Dottore thing. Are you dead? Guys, I think he's dead. Can you be dead if you're a robot? This looks like Robo Island 2, except, like, they're all dead. Oh, hey, look, there's a teleport point that I have not gotten. That is how much I have not explored this place. Okay, let's go get it. The bottle is, I don't think it's actually a bottle. I think it's, oh no, what do you call those? If you look up, like, royal sword and scepters, there's usually, like, a scepter and an orb. And I forget what they're called, but they always have, they're always like an orb with a cross on top, right? And I think that's what that is. I don't think it's a bottle. And I think that might actually belong to, Pucinella. Pucinella? I don't know how you say it properly. And the reason I think that is because if memory serves, he's the one who kind of like runs the economy. So that makes him kind of like the ruler or the king, kind of. So it feels like it kind of suits him. But he's also known as the Rooster, so he could also be the Plague Mask. But I just don't think it's Dottore.
Time to go.
I don't want to fight the thing. Do I have to? I guess I have to. Okay.
Shiver! Yeah!
Okay.
Dodge
Fine.
Let's light it up! Team Orchis!
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, so sorry.
Fine. Whopper flowers and stuff I'll never use. I don't have much use for Whopper flower stuff. I really don't. Anyway. No, specters. Go away. I want to read. No, I have a theory that Paimon is like Goba, the new form of a dead god, the god of time in this case. That is entirely possible. That is entirely possible.
Into the wind.
I saw another question that I need to answer, but I'm gonna wait till these things are dead first. One more time, Kazuha. There you go. Elegant. I see another one. Hang on. Jiggy bro, why would Sino's outfit be based on Egypt if Sumeru is the Dendro region? Okay, so my whole theory was suggesting that the Sumeru in general is going to be based off of the ancient Persian Empire. And the ancient Persian Empire stretched all the way from India to Egypt. That's why it makes sense that his outfit would fit in there. Like, it was a massive empire. Like, really huge. I think it's like the second largest empire in the world, historically. If not the largest.
You can't run.
Dodge this.
So, that's why.
I'm going in.
Freeze.
Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Oh, come closer.
Don't get frostbite.
I guess we'll just... Come on. We'll just sit here. Wait for him to die. Or that. That's fine too. Guys just sit around waiting for death. It's such a sad existence. Although, do they actually die? I don't know, because those Rift Hounds get pulled in through a portal and they just kind of like vanish somewhere else. And so I don't think they actually die, and that's disturbing. Very distressing. Very distressing. Especially since Gold created those things accidentally. How do you accidentally create something like that? Gold is scary. Anyway. Ryan Spears, what determines which element allergenes are given? No idea, and no one knows.
The wind knows me.
Right now, like you could say a lot of things. You know, I want to say it has something to do with like the Archon's ideal. So if the Archon's ideal is, say, contracts, then obviously if you're someone who's like really diligent and you're someone who fulfills your contracts, then you're far more likely to get a geo element. Or if you're Pyro appears to be an element that favors inheritance. It's not passion, it's inheritance. At least as far as I can tell. So like if you're inheriting someone's will, then it kind of like, you know, that kind of makes sense. That you would be given a pyro vision. Of all things. It's just little things like that. You know, in the end though, I'm not sure it really matters. That's kind of the problem. I'm not sure how much the element you're granted matters in the grand scheme of things. We haven't been given much information about that. So, who knows? It's anyone's guess at this point. There's only a couple of elements that I'm pretty sure about. Oh, come on. Don't you guys hate missing crits? I hate missing crits. It's really annoying. Especially when you crit on, you like hit 3 enemies and you crit on one of them and then you don't crit on the other 2 and you're like, oh, come on, I've got a 70% chance at that. What gives? Anyway, I'm still collecting these fluorescent fungus even though Toma is kind of awful. I'm sorry, buddy. It's just the truth. He's kind of awful and I'm very sad about it. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with Toma if and when I get one. Ron, will I be pulling for the Dendro Archon? If the Dendro Archon looks anything like Sue or Mobius, yes, I will. If the Dendro Archon ends up actually being Baizu, then yeah, 'cause I'm gonna try to pull for him anyway.
Everybody stand back.
That is a possibility, although I think it's pretty unlikely at this point. But it depends. It depends. I have a hard time saying I'm gonna pull for a character until I know something about them. Right now, all I have is speculations,
Dodge this.
which really isn't a whole lot to go on in the grand scheme of things. So, you know.
Cool it. Oh, so.
Oops. That's fine. I was gonna burst first, and then Kaeya went was like, I'm gonna do it before he does. It's like, okay. If you really want to, that's fine. Everything dies the same way. It's really hard for me to say if I'm gonna pull for an Archon or not. I knew I wasn't gonna pull for the Electro Archon because I knew she was gonna be based off of Raiden Mei from Honkai, and Raiden Mei is not my cup of tea. And true to form, A is also not my cup of tea. She's not bad, she's just not my thing. You know. So, yeah.
Catch the wind.
But yeah, the Dendro Archon is like Sewer Mobius. I will be very happy, and I will happily pull for them. They can have all of my primos, like all of them. These things are already lit. Like, what am I trying to do here? Oh, this one. I was gonna try and light this one. Yes? No? No? Okay. Guess not. I guess that requires changing party members. Throw away. I watched your video about Paimon the Starkeeper, and now I understand why Paimon says that she's exhausted after some battles, even though apparently she doesn't do anything. Not really sure what you mean by that. Not sure, but that's okay. Sarcastic Doorknob, do you think Conria is somewhere within or at least near the Dark Sea? That's hard to say, actually. The Dark Sea is one of those really mysterious things in Genshin, like super mysterious. I'm not sure really what I think about the Dark Sea right now. Like, part of me thinks the Dark Sea is just another version of, like, a more benign form of the Abyss. Like a less, how do you say, like, a less problematic Abyss. But the other part of me is just like, no, the Dark Sea is just, like, anywhere that's not Teyvat. Which means that if you go by that definition, that anywhere that's not Teyvat could also be the Abyss, since the Abyss is also not Teyvat. So yes and no, but also no and yes. I think the definition of the Dark Sea could encompass the Abyss, but I don't necessarily think the Abyss is the Dark Sea, if that makes sense. I don't know what happens if I light all these things up, or if anything happens, or if they're just kind of like there for aesthetic purposes, but like, we're just gonna hit them all. What's up here? What's on top of this massive phallus? Oh. Of course. An eyeball. Why would there be anything else? That would just be silly. That would just be silly. Puzzle! The puzzle where I just hit the thing until something happens. Doodly-doo, we just hit the thing and then something's gonna happen eventually. Smack, smack, smack. Nose Flute Girl, how do you put your theories together? I've tried explaining some lore to my friends, but most of the time they don't even realize what character I'm talking about. I don't know if my method is necessarily good for everybody. But... Oh, there's another one up here. Hello. There's so many things. Gotta hit the thing until something happens. Okay, so making a theory for me, I don't know if it's different for other people, but my writing style is usually kind of backwards. And I don't say that metaphorically. I mean that literally. Like if I'm writing a story or I'm writing a theory, I'm always starting with the ending first. And I go to the beginning. I work backwards. Right. Oh, hello. Okay. What was the point of that? I don't know. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what the point of it was. Nor do I care. Eventually we'll get this. Someone who knows how to solve these is watching me and just like absolutely ripping their hair out. I recommend that you look away. That's what I recommend. Eventually this will happen. They're all on 3. I don't know if that means something. I really don't know if that means something. Does it mean something? Now I'm curious to look up like how you actually solve these. Except, see, like, okay.
Treasure hunting.
So making a theory. I'm always working backwards, so I'm always starting with an assumption. So in this case, like, consider it a hypothesis, right? My hypothesis might be that Kaeya and the treasure hoarders are related. And so then I'm going to go start looking for things that might be like, okay, well, what would prove that they're related? And I'll go find some things that might prove that they're related. And then I'm going to ask myself the question, okay, well, what would disprove that they're related? And I'll go find some stuff that will disprove that they're related. And I do that so that I can kind of like work together. But all of this kind of happens in one big, long, bulleted list. And the nice thing about working with bulleted lists, rather than trying to write something out like straight up, is that you can kind of just like shuffle things around and delete things and move them around. And it's much easier to kind of like have a top view of your whole
Body
theory.
and mind. No, my soul.
And you can kind of like work with different indents.
Power of good one. Think you can bully me?
And by doing that, oh dear, I'm gonna get really distracted again. Oh, Yanfei, my beloved. She can hit the things up top. By looking at a bulleted list, you really have a nice top level view, and you can kind of like look at it from different sections, right? Like if you, for example, have one bullet point, but then there's like 6 pieces of supporting evidence, you can indent those and then look at your 6 pieces of supporting evidence separate from everything else. And then you can shuffle everything around. So, I mean, that's kind of how I work for the most part. In between getting lost. Getting lost down really long tangents. That happens a lot. Like right now, I'm probably a little behind on chat again. I think I'm pretty behind on chat. That's pretty normal though. Ah, it's a thingy. Uh-oh. It's another thingy. Oh, he's new. Cool. I do love new things. Hi. Hi, puppy. Oh, he's going away. Oh, no, he's coming back. Okay. Don't worry, puppy. We will play with you.
Shake it and stir. Power that ended Fischl.
Don't worry, puppy. We will play. I don't know where he went. There he is. Hello, puppy. Goodbye, puppy. Why are there so many around these ships? That's disturbing.
Back off.
So many around these ships.
Incinerate.
Goodness. And they go through a portal. I hate it. I hate it. It's so freaky. Okay, I'm out of here. Sorry. Yep. Take the conch and then it gives me a fish. Why does it give me a fish out of a conch? Why is there a fish inside of a conch? I don't like this. Sorry. I think I've skipped like a ton of stuff. Oh my god, I am way far back. Sorry, hang on. Okay, so pause questions for a minute. I'm gonna try and catch up because I think some of these are short. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am like so far behind. Okay, yep, Mr. Tavern, so where on the list you mentioned is part 2 of the Water Visions thing? Okay, so I actually do have to answer this one. So, the issue with my visions theory part 2 is that I actually can't seem to decide what I'm doing. Beto's gonna die.
Back off!
I'm a little concerned for Beto's safety. We're just gonna kind of really quick sit here for a minute. Yeah, so the problem with part 2 is that I can't really decide what I'm doing. Every time I think I have something sorted, I end up not having it sorted. And that's proving to be a real problem. Oh, I see. I see what's happening. I'm just gonna explode the things. There we go. All better. Problem solved. Right. Problem solved. Turn towards me, please. Thank you. I am working on it, and I've kind of come to the point where I'm like, I have 3 ideas, and I'm probably gonna put all 3 ideas into one video. Now the real holdup with the video as a whole is that it's gonna take a long time to actually like make, not necessarily write. And the reason is because there's gonna be a lot of custom assets in there, and I mean like a lot of custom assets. I'm gonna have to make most of the stuff, I think. Like, I'm not going to be able to go out and find pictures of what I'm looking for, like I can with other things. So, that's going to be a challenge, and that's going to take a while. But it kind of just depends at this point. I do want to do it. Right now, though, I think for the month of November, I'm going to be looking into doing a couple of shorter fun ones. Or, sorry, the month of October. And the reason for... Oh, there's ghosts. I don't want to talk to the ghosts because I know that they're, like, something to do later. And I kind of want to record stuff about them. So I'm going to do it later. I know that there's some... I don't know what's up with them, but, like, I know there's something up with them. But look, guys, there's ghosts and they look like Sealies. Isn't that messed up? Okay, I'm out of here. Yeah, so that's kind of the hold up on that one. I just haven't been able to decide which one I'm actually going with for the second half of the vision theory. Because I have 3, so I'm probably going to just go with all 3. It's just going to take longer. But for October, I want to do some spooky stuff. So I'm going to do a couple of shorter videos, mostly because I have a business trip in the first week of November. So I don't really have a whole lot of time to invest in really long theories right now. I would like to get it done before the end of the year, though. That's like my goal, if that's helpful. If that's helpful at all. Also, some things have changed since that theory came out because we've gotten more information. So I do have to kind of retcon some stuff in order to make sure that it's up to date. So I have to go correct the old video, too. Anyway... Leon A. Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma have traces of very old architecture all over the place. Do you think these belong to Celestia or Conria? Neither. They are architecture of neither. They're closer to Celestia than Conria because Conria isn't around here. It's not... Like, whose architecture do you think this is, right? Like, do you think that's Conria's architecture? I don't think so. We know what Conria's architecture looked like because we've been the domains. It's in the Spiral Abyss. That's more Conrian architecture. The architecture we see everywhere else isn't Conrian, and it's not necessarily Celestian, There's a lot of ancient civilizations in Tevat. And I mean, like, a lot. I mean, the two most notable are probably the prayer civilizations, and then, of which we're assuming there's, like, 5. And then there's the Seelie civilization, which we think was the first one. So, for all we know, that could be Seelie architecture. And that seems most likely to me right now. That it's Seelie architecture. So that's my thoughts on that one. Hi, Mr. Minichurl. How are you today? You're looking fine as per usual. Where are your friends? Oh, they're over here. Hello. Can't stay long. Okay. There's a chest all the way up there. But I cannot get to it because someone else has to die first. What a weird thing to say. Seriously though, who has to die for that chest? Like, what's going on here? Where are they? Why? Hello? 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 Maybe it's that guy. Hello, mister. Whop. Okay. That worked. Sorry. Okay, right. Yep. Ron, do I have a favorite Honkai character or favorite Hersher? Oh, Honkai character Sue, for sure. Mobius is coming in at a close second, though. I really like her. As for the Hershers, not really. I guess Fuhua if I had to pick a Hersher specifically. Hersher of Sentience, I guess. The Hershers themselves don't really appeal to me much, although Bronya's really cool. I like adult Bronya best, though. We won't see her much until Star Rail. Anyway. God, I hate this stupid thing. Stupid. I hate this Milky Way. Mao, am I gonna pull for the Saritsa? It depends. If it's Bronya, I will probably, yeah. If it's not Bronya, probably not. If it's like Anna Skarek, I don't really want anything to do with her. No offense to Anna's fans, but like she's not my thing. So it just depends. It depends on the path that they decide to take with the Cryo Archon and who they actually end up choosing for that role. I feel like it's gonna be Bronya. I think it's gonna be Bronya. And the reason I think that has to do with slimes of all things.
Look at you, Boozound. Motion to compel.
Good times. Good times. Okay, you can just like, thank you. Luca Bloy, have you seen that Scaramouche went missing in the new world quest? Yes, I have. I am very pleased about this. I am hoping that with Child being in the upcoming event that he will have something to say about this as well. Because that would be nice. Although it will really suck if, for whatever reason, Scaramouche has like his whole little storyline thing crammed into another friggin' time-gated event. Look at all these ghosts. Tsurumi is the coolest island. It's like Halloween, man. But a whole island of Halloween. Love it. I'm trying to catch up. Ryan Spears, I'm waiting for the sky is falling moment to happen in the false sky. I don't think that's going to happen for a while. I really don't. Well, we've already had the meteors, right? I think that's probably as close as we're going to get for a long time. I think that's as close as we'll get for a long time. Maybe we'll get more meteors, though. Unreconciled Stars Part 2, maybe? I'd be down for that. I'd be totally down for that. Yeah. Cheating my way through puzzles, as per usual.
I'm starting to lose count.
Lazy Art, do you think Golden alchemy is Auto Apocalypse version in Genshin? No, I think it's more likely Eden than Auto. I legitimately think Dainsleif is supposed to be Auto. Like, legit, I think that. That's my current theory. That's my current state. I could elaborate, but I won't. It's just too much Honkai. Shivubu, I was thinking that the quote, chalk follows gold in Albedo's quest with the seed and flowers. Could it be at sometimes Albedo will become gold?
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
I don't know about becoming. I think it's more he's like walking in his master's footsteps. That seems more likely to me. Oh, okay, so it is gonna wake up. That's fine. Hello. I just wasn't sure what it was doing.
Let me weave you a
Is it
verse.
dead? Is it there? Is it gonna, like, be a thing?
Incinerate! Yeah.
Can you stop shooting things at me? That would be nice. Sheesh.
Power that ended Hunt
Mean.
Diana Special! Inadmissible evidence!
Anytime now. Oh, fighting with high ping is fun. Myrtle, do I have a favorite Genshin character, and which character lore do you find yourself most drawn to? I have a bunch of favorites, but if I had to pick, like, of the current ones, my top 3 are
Ooh,
Kaeya,
we can definitely write this off as incidental
Scaramouche,
gains.
and
No, my sword!
Xiao. And then probably Beto and Yanfei. Lore-wise, though, Kaeya. One day I'll do a Kaeya character analysis. I'm just kind of waiting for something new to happen with Kaeya before I do that. Because I feel like enough people have done little analyses into his character and stuff that, like, anything I do now is not really gonna have that much. It's not like something needs to happen about him. I just want to get, like, some piece of information that can confirm one of my hunches about him. You know what I mean? It's more that. Oh, whoops.
Ring cutter!
Oops. I forgot to put on a shield. Well, this bolide set's pretty useless without it. Uh-huh. Yeah. I saw someone say something, ask me a question about Toma being
Let's
awful. I think
appraise the
I'll
value
circle
on
back to that
this.
eventually. I'm trying to get through questions first, though. Mao, do you think that one day we are going to side with Saritsa and the Fatui? I think that day is real close, man. I do. I really think the day is close. I think Conria's, I think Dainsleif's motives and the Fatui's motives are actually really close in line. I think we're going to find ourselves interacting with and assisting the Fatui reluctantly, but a lot more often than you might think. This place is so creepy. I just think that's going to happen. Sarcastic Doorknob. In A's collected miscellany, Dane mentioned that Inazuma is neighboring the Dark Sea, and if Conria is in the Dark Sea, that could be the reason why there's so many ancient robots there. Yeah, maybe. Whoa. Hey, no. I didn't want to do this right now. Oh. Okay. There are lovely flowers there and seas with pearls. Father rows a boat there and he and our little sister wave to us. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Rats? Things are like children. Very rude children.
Motion to compel.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Remarkable condition.
Gimme. Okay. Maybe the Dark Sea and the Abyss and all that. I'm just not convinced that the Abyss and the Dark Sea are the same thing. Like, the Dark Sea feels like something else. The Abyss almost feels like it's alive. The Dark Sea kind of feels like it's just like something that exists, if that makes sense. I'm not convinced they're the same thing or that they're even remotely related, other than their locations may overlap at times. At least for right now. That could change. Oh, I can bust these. I'm gonna break all the pots. Just call me Link. He come to town. He come to save the Princess Zelda. That is the wrong game. Doody doody doo doo. Don't care. No. Oh. Slimes count? I guess that makes sense. Why wouldn't they? One day I'll actually get a good bowlight hat and not have to run this one. One day. That day's probably not today. Oh. Come on. Yes? Yes.
Remarkable condition.
Mr. Tavern's nowhere on that list is mentioned as a part 2 of the Water Visions thing. Yeah, I kind of answered that. It's there somewhere. Oh, hang on. Top of my list right now is the theory where I let my dogs inside because they're outside and they want to come in. Hang on. I'll be right back. Silly old bears, hello. Why do you always greet me with your butt? Why can't I ever just scratch your face instead? Why is it always butt scratches? I don't understand. What is it with dogs and butts?
The case before us is a strange
you're very
and
cute, Levi.
unprecedented
You're very
one
cute.
indeed.
You're a very cute boy. No more butt scratches. No more butt scratches. Yes, I know. Hi. Okay, yep. Yep. He's adorable, but he's a pain in my butt. Lazy Art, do you think the Golden Alchemy is based off... Oh, I like scrolled way up too far. Oh dear. Hang on. I think I got lost. Okay, I don't know if it's supposed to be Kaeya? Got any advice for an aspiring lore buff for Genshin besides watching your videos, of course? Don't watch my videos for lore. I would say get involved with the lore community. Like, either join... I recommend joining a Discord, generally, so that you can kind of talk to people. There are some really good lore YouTube channels that will help you out a lot. Tematic is a new one that I really like. Another one is one I've recommended before called Clementine. He is also really good. He does some really nice lore recap videos. I recommend starting with those. And if you want kind of like a really concise, here's what we know, the Conria lore Discord server has a website, which is conria.com. And on that website, they have the Beginner's Guide to Genshin lore, which is a really nicely written web page where you can kind of just scroll down.
Motion to compel.
Basically an overview of most of the lore we know so far, or at least what matters right now. So that's kind of like where I would start. That's where I would start. And honestly, anytime you have like a question about something, being able to go into something like a Discord is really, really useful, because you can go in and ask a question and someone can point you to the things that you should look at, and that will usually give you a really good launching point to figuring out more about the topic that you're interested in. So that would be my recommendation. You know. Bri, I attended an earlier stream before and I wanted to ask you on your reasoning for how Sue and Kaeya are related. You know, it's funny. A lot of people say that Sue and Kaeya just are nothing alike, but the more I read about Sue in the manga and everything else, and the more I read about... Really? Really? I can't hit you from over here because I can't auto-tag it. Crap. There. Happy? Hang on.
Incinerate.
This thing's annoying. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the first thing that, like, actually gave me some confidence is actually that Sue and Kaeya have very similar hairstyles, and I know that doesn't mean a whole lot, but it kind of does. Sue has kind of this grayish silver hair, and Kaeya has this really dark blue hair. But they both have this really, really, really specific, how do I put this, cowlick on the top of their head. And there's no other character that has that. In both Honkai and Genshin. Oh my god. So that's kind of one of the first things that I looked at, and then I started looking at it some more. And I realized that Sue was actually a really avid drinker. He was someone who really liked alcohol. And he only stopped drinking as much as he did because his friend asked him to. And if you start looking at them like personality-wise, they're actually kind of similar, where they're both kind of like, they're both schemers. Like in the manga for the second Divine Key, I think it is, where Sue is passing off his stuff to Durandal, or Durandal, however you want to say her name. They both kind of like go about it the same way. Like Kaeya and Sue have the same methodology. They kind of like trick you into things, not maliciously, but like they kind of, they're not straightforward. And then they both kind of have this thing about their eyes, where Sue usually has his eyes closed. And Kaeya only ever really has one eye open because he only has one eye. But the one thing that really sold it for me is that there's a Honkai beast sealed inside, or not sealed, I shouldn't say that. It's complicated. Inside of Sue is the genetic information of a Honkai beast, and the Honkai beast in question is named after and based on a god that's a Hindu god that's heavily associated with peacocks, and I can't remember the name of it. But the only other character that has any association with peacocks right now is Kaeya. So that was kind of the clincher for me, was the peacock thing. And for some people that won't be enough, but like, they're not the same person, and they're never supposed to be, right? Like, Raiden Mei is not the same as A. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be like based on each other, like XPs. They're supposed to be like reflections, you know, like the same actor but slightly different parts, for lack of a better, I don't know how to explain it. They're not supposed to be like the exact same person. They're just supposed to resemble each other. Why does this Sealy not want to go anywhere? I feel like I missed the electroc. Oh, can I get out of here, please? I'm trying to look for the Electroculus. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I'll have to go back up and get it. Anyway, that's what sealed it for me, was the peacocks. And I actually think that Sue is a little too important to be an Archon, which sounds like a really weird thing to say. But I really think that Kaeya is more important than we think he is right now. Especially now that I've rewatched his quest. There's so much in there that I need to like dissect piece by piece. And I think That's also the reason why Sue is not the Dendro Archon. Also because he's not a Hersher. But I guess Mobius really isn't either, but whatever. The point is, Kaeya is supposed to be Sue's counterpart in Genshin. That's my theory. I mean, people are also arguing with me that Zhongli is not Welt Yang, and I'm like, still flabbergasted about that. I can't imagine how Zhongli could be anyone other than Welt Yang. I mean, Welt Yang's also like the only male Hersher right now. How? Besides Owl, and Owl is dead, so like, what do you want? You know, like, come on. I wanted to go get that Electroculus. This thing went way farther away than I thought it was going to.
Nice.
I'm gonna go back and
I'm
get the
starting
thing.
to lose count.
I'm gonna go back and get the thing. Because I really want it. Hi, Levi. It is not cuddle time. Sorry, really long thing. Anyway. Oh, Biao, have you seen the theories about the underwater cave in Mondstadt?
Cold beer after
If you're
a hard
talking
day's
about
work.
Leah's theories, yes, I
Nothing
have. Her theories are really good. She has so many really astute observations, and she picks up on a lot of things that I miss. I really love reading her tweets. I should put a link to her Twitter somewhere, because, boy, she is really observant. She picks up on all sorts of things that, like, you just wouldn't even register. But she's right about the whole, there's a bunch of stuff in the deep parts of the waters all the way around the world. And that one of the unexplored regions we have is the really deep waters around Mondstadt directly. I want this. Thank you. Okay, now I'm done. Now we go somewhere else. Yeah. Myrtle, I think it was a Reddit post, but there are ruins shaped like entrances, and all of them seem to point towards Musk Reef, which is like the gateway for the abyss. Not sure if I worded it. Yeah, I've seen those. I don't really know what to make of them yet, except that they would have all been pointed at a mountain at one point, and not necessarily Musk Reef. And I'm not really sure if that has any significance. It's something I'm thinking about. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it yet. I'm sure there'll be something there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Carolina, isn't it weird that with all the things the Fatui are doing, stealing Gnosis and stuff, Celestia hasn't intervened yet? What if Celestia is going to destroy Snezhnaya like in Dragonspine? That is a distinct possibility. I actually think Celestia's dead. Like, that's a bit of a hot take, but I've been wondering that for a while. If, like, there's no one in Celestia anymore. If it's just, you know, if it's just like automated systems. Like, what if it wasn't that Celestia actively dropped things on Teyvat? Like, what if they were trying to escape Teyvat and weren't actually able to do so successfully, and like the things that fell on Teyvat were just like the remnants of their escape, right? Like that's possible. That could be a thing. Furniture.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Can we though? Oh. Active. Oh, hi. What the? Oh, don't make me think right now. Come on, that's mean. I don't want to think right now.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Y C K A O. 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 Where do we go? Y C K A O. Y C K A O. I don't know where to go. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. We'll come back to that later, maybe. Another day. Probably. Yeah, probably.
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but
Hang on, I'm
sometimes
catching
the
up
two
with chat
conflict.
now.
Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
Zarazil, do you think Fischl's tattoos on her back, the little wings forming something that looks like a Fatui mask, is a big coincidence, or she might be related to them? I don't know that she's related to the Fatui. I will say this about Fischl. So, Fischl's kind of a weird character because she's not actually Fischl, she's Amy. And the real Princess Fischl, like, has her own deal. And I've been wondering if
Time for your arraignment!
the real Princess Fischl actually has real significance in the story. And the Fischl we know is actually going to get some real character development based on that. I'm actually wondering that. I don't think it has anything to do with the Fatui. I don't know what the difference is. What happened to the camera? Stop it. Smack. 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 I don't know how to solve these, so I just hit them in any order.
Excellent.
I still can't get over that works every time. I just expect one day I'm going to come across one that I can't solve. Although, actually, there is one that I can't solve that way. I have found one that I can't solve. But that's because it's, like, on 2 different islands, and I hate that stupid thing. To be in 2 different places at once. Super Keener! Thank you so much for your super chat! Do you think Alice and Murata, Pyro Archon, are the same person? Alice being the incognito traveling version of Murata. That's a new theory. I haven't heard that one before. I'm more prone to believe that Alice is actually more closely related to Alicia. And that Murata is going to be her own person. But I can kind of see why you would think that Alice and Murata might be
Time to act.
related, just because, well, for me it would be because of Star Rail. And Murata really does like to wander the galaxy in the train in Star Rail. So I could see why that would be a thing.
Time
I
to
don't know, though. I've never heard that one before. I think I'd have to think about it. I really just always associated Alice with Alicia. Or however you say her name. Alicia. Alicia. I don't know. The pink lady with the bow.
Time to act.
But you know, when you think about it, she does kind of have a very similar personality to Murata. Kind of that, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I could kind of see it. I can see it. I don't know how likely it is. It seems kind of unlikely just because it would be the Pyro Archon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they'd go that route. Maybe they will.
Power that ended high shot.
I don't need to do that. I don't know why I did. food for thought. I'll think about it.
A valiant endeavor.
Angel Butterfly, thanks for your super chat. Did you not want to say anything? Was there an emoticon that's like not showing up? Because that happens sometimes. Oh dear. Well, thank you anyway. Regardless. If you had a question, I would answer. Bloomy, if Genshin ever had a Honkai collab, probably not, but just theoretical, do you think the collab character would be a fallen Rosemary Rita, aka the only one who would make sense, or Kiana? Man, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know who they do, just because I feel like most of the Honkai characters are going to be in Genshin one way or another, because Honkai has a much smaller cast. Whereas Genshin's cast is much larger.
First round's on me.
But honestly, I'd probably say that, like, it might be more like Tesla. That's probably a weird guess. But that is my guess.
Incinerate.
That is my guess. I feel like it might be Tesla.
Let's appraise the value on this.
The reason being is because Tesla is very similar to Kaching. Or Kerching, or however. I'm not quite sure how you actually properly pronounce her name, so I'm sorry if I butcher it. But yeah, Kerching is quite similar to Tesla, in my opinion. So I would not be surprised. Oh. What was the point of coming all the way up here? Is that just for fun? Okay. Cool. I'm good with fun. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think Dane's goals match the Fatui. He hates gods and the Fatui serves a god. He even says to try not to overthrow them. Yeah. But the Tsuritsa doesn't really seem to consider herself a god in the traditional sense. Like, she kind of doesn't seem to want to be a god. She wants to break free of the cycle of gods. I have a suspicion that Dainsleif might be Piero. I feel like that's actually more likely than we think it is. Piero being the founder of the Fatui. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Harbingers. Where am I going? Oh. Oh, they really want me to, like, actually just climb. Okay. That seems weird. That doesn't seem right. I'm gonna abandon this. That doesn't seem right. We'll do that later. Oh, Angel Butterfly, you're back. Thanks for the other Thanks for another super chat. I personally think that ghosts are memories from the ley lines repeating themselves from them getting screwed up by the Thunderbird.
Case before us is a
That
strange
does
and
seem to be the
unprecedented
case,
one indeed.
yeah. It's kind of a weird thing when you think about it, like the Thunderbird in general, like just its general existence. So I'm not really sure, like, what the purpose of the Thunderbird is, and why the Thunderbird itself
Let's
would
appraise the
screw
value
up
on this.
the ley lines, like, to the degree that time gets wonky. That's where I get very confused by the whole thing, but the ghosts do seem to be something created as a result of that whole thing. It's just cool, though. I love the fact that they look like Sealies. They just look like really long Sealies. They're like the wiener dogs of Sealies. Okay, that's a weird comparison. That's a weird comparison. Anyway. Lazy Art, do you think Genshin universes are one of bubble universes in the sea of quintessence?
Never quite seem to
Twins
get my
can travel
landmarks back.
between other worlds. I don't want to speculate in the games being that connected. I'm fine, like, speculating that games are connected to the point that, like, it's the same company, therefore, like, similar themes and, like, you know, some Easter eggy kinds of things and repeating storylines and whatnot. But, like, I'm not confident enough to say, like, oh yeah, Genshin is, you know, actually Project Art. Or, you know, it's actually a bubble universe on the tree that fell into the sea, and that's why it's all funky. Like, there's a lot of possibilities, and I'm not confident enough in my Honkai lore to be able to say anything like that with any kind of... Yeah. I don't have that kind of confidence. I just don't. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't have the kind of time to, like, play and research both games that well. Especially because the Honkai wikis are awful. Just in general. One of them is okay. But it's lacking in a lot of information and a lot of citations and, you know... and the other one is just, like, full of misinformation. So it's really hard to, like, properly research things. They don't have a really good wiki the way Genshin does, which is really unfortunate. Because it leads to a lot of misconceptions about the game. And a lot of misinformation about, like, who is what and who does where and that kind of stuff. So... I lack confidence. Because I can't fact-check myself. Like, I can't go back and, like, look and see, like, oh, did the people who were editing this wiki come to the same conclusions I did about what actually happened in this scene and that kind of stuff. Like, I just, you know. Violet, thanks for your super chat. Hello to you as well. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Zarazil, why do you think butterflies and pyro seem to be related? There are two pyro users that have heavy butterfly symbology on them, Senora and Hu Tao. Probably because of funeral pyres, if I had to guess. Oh, I actually hit that. I was not expecting to hit. Let's see, that's what I was expecting. I would say probably because of funeral pyres. And butterflies are usually associated with death. And I think it's because Hu Tao is associated with death because of funerals. And then Senora is associated with death and resurrection because of her story as the Crimson Witch. I think it's more that than anything else. Because the other butterfly unit in the game is actually Xiao. And he's associated with death in a lot of ways. So I think it's more that than butterflies, like, and pyro straight up. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You never know. I think I'm caught up. Am I caught up? Am I actually caught up? Xiao isn't necessarily a butterfly, but I'll show you. He's a Garuda. However... when you watch him dash, his particles are actually butterflies. Hang on. It's hard because he moves so fast. I don't know if you can really see that, but, like, his particles are actually butterflies. Sometimes they're, like, half butterflies, but he has a lot of butterflies. If you slow it down, you can see it better.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
But he's associated with death quite often, so I think that's partly why. Quick question, do you want to play Honkai Star Rail when it comes out? It's looking like a turn-based RPG, and I actually really enjoy turn-based RPGs, so probably. Will I make content for it? That's a totally different question. I might live stream it depending on how the game goes. You know, like it might just be a game that I do like a live playthrough on. I don't know that I'll actually make like theories or anything on it because again, it's like a direct sequel to Honkai APHO. Again, I am not confident enough in my Honkai lore abilities to make good content for it. I would need a lot of help from my friends, and then I would just feel really bad putting it on a channel, and you know, it would feel like I'm kind of just using my friends to make content. I don't like that. So it's one thing when friends are just kind of like bouncing some ideas off each other, and you know, the rest of everything else is still mainly yours. It's just it's another when you know, you're relying on them for the bulk of your intel and fact checking. So yeah. Are they gone? They are gone. Yay. Their corrosion really doesn't hit that hard. After floor 11 and the abyss, like, just jeez. Mr. Keenox, do you think Makoto's soul is still alive inside Scaramouche? I think he has a completely different soul, to be honest with you. I don't think he has Makoto's soul at all. That would kind of be a weird thing for A to do and then abandon the puppet afterwards. I just think he's completely separate. Who knows? I can't wait to find out. Maybe we'll find out in 2.3. They wouldn't keep us waiting for another year, would they? Would they? They wouldn't, right? They wouldn't do that to us, would they? This just popped up in my head. What if Teyvat is the lost continent of Mu and was sucked up by a black hole? You know, it's funny you say that. One of my world my world structure theories is centered around a black hole. And Teyvat kind of existing at the singularity in the center. I can't really quite make it work yet, though, but it's interesting that you say that. Just for that reason. Cryptic Galaxy, do you feel like in 2.3 we're going to get some breadcrumbs for Sumeru? No, but I feel like we might get some in 2.4. 2.3, I'm hoping what they'll do is wrap up the plot of Inazuma. I hope 2.3 is wrapping up the plot of Inazuma, and then 2.4 we start to look at new things, because we're still going to have to go through a couple of holidays. Especially Lantern Rite for the Chinese New Year, which is always a really huge thing.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
It's always a really big thing. Lantern Rite's always huge.
Body and mind.
Oh, I missed one. So yeah. I think it's, was it, hang on, 6 weeks. So 2.2, 2.3 will take us through like December, and then December into January for 2.4. That means 2.5 will probably be Lantern Rite, and 2. Yeah, okay. So that would check out. So yeah, 2.4 is when I would expect to see, 2.4 is when I would expect to see more Sumeru-esque things, I think. I think we're still on Inazuma specifically in 2.3. I don't know what happens if I light all these things, or if it even matters. Probably doesn't even matter, does it? Oh, hey, there's an electroculi that I'm, like, completely ignoring. Am I free to play? No, I'm not. But I'm not a whale either. I am a BP Welkin. I can't really prove that I'm just BP Welkin because we obviously had the shop reset. But I am BP Welkin. So it's like, what, $11 a month-ish? Something like that. Like, I don't have a problem spending money on a game. I have a problem spending money irresponsibly on a game. Like, if I'm enjoying myself playing a game, like, I don't mind throwing $10 at it. Like, I don't mind the subscription service. Like, the hours of enjoyment I get per dollar spent is really high, so I personally just consider it good value. But not free to play. By some people's standards, they might call me free to play, though. By a lot of content creator standards, I guess that's about as close to free to play as you get. But no, BP Welkin. That's a really long answer for just a BP Welkin. And where'd he go? I don't know where he went. Hello, doggy.
No, my sword.
Hello,
Rain color.
doggy.
Rain outlines your fate
Hello,
to ashes.
doggy. Hey, with the
Visible
doggy.
evidence.
Where did he go? Hey, that's not fair. That's just mean. He escaped. Take me with you. I want to know what's on the other side. Or not. That's fine too. I'll miss you, little doggy. It's okay. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's okay. What is this? Treasure map frag. Treasure maps. Why is Paimon so obsessed with treasure? Like, I was thinking about that today when I was rewatching Kaeya's cutscene. Like, she went absolutely apeshit for treasure. Like, that was nutty. That was absolutely nutty. Sir Tavern, if MiHoYo made an Abyss Mage plushie, would you get it? No, but not because I don't like it, but because I just don't have any plushies. I legitimately don't own any plushies. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't have a whole lot of merchandise. Usually if I get merchandise, it's like really small stuff. Oh, I guess I got most of the stuff here and I just didn't mark it off my map like a good person would. Like a smart person would. Because, you know, why would I do that? That's just silly. That would be a smart thing to do. Any upcoming lore videos you're working on right now? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on. I'm just gonna pull up my thing really quick. Let's see here. What's on my list? What is on my list? Good lord. Okay, so we're doing the beginner's guide to Mondstadt. Then Leeway, and then we'll do Inazuma after that. I've got a top 5 incorrect Genshin lore video coming. I have a video on the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles, like just on her. There's a ley lines video, which is more of a lore video than a theory video. I've got a crash course on Gnosticism.
The law can be both a help and
I've
a
got
hindrance.
a crash course on the role of entropy. There's another theory video on visions versus delusions versus alchemy. I want to do a We Will Be Reunited Revisited quest. Because I never got, because it was right before I started making lore videos and I never got around to doing it. And I want to do it now with new context. I want to do something on the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. I've got something on the Golden Apple Archipelago, Teapot Theory, Teyvat World Structure Theory, Part 1 about the Dyson Spheres. There's another one on roses, one on Mona's teacher. A theory on delusions actually being older than visions. which I can't actually prove someone's on the back burner.
Sometimes the law is compatible
Got
with
Harbinger
nature,
theory,
but sometimes
Crack
the
in
two
the Firmament
conflict.
theory,
Balancing the two
Animal
is a
Humans of
discipline in
Tevat
its own
theory,
right.
the Great Sealy conspiracy, the Slime Archon theory, just because everyone's talking about it, and I figure I should just make like a definitive video on it at some point. I want to go over all the different factions of Tevat. There's the Treasure Hoarder theory, Pale Flame of Conrio, which is the one that I want to do like sooner rather than later. Hexen Circle and Animals, the Snake versus Bird, which is going to take me for friggin' ever. Sealies again, but this one's a slightly different take on them. 5 Unsolved Mysteries, and the top spooky things of Inazuma are on my list currently.
The case before us is a strange
And the list
unprecedented
grows
one indeed.
all the time. All the time. It's horrible. Oh, hey! Eason Solander. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. I'm 100% on the island and I loved it so much. I can't wait to see your video about this island. Thank you for all your good work. Well, thank you. Really. I am absolutely, like, enamored with this island, like, in general. Tsurumi is, like, oh, I mean... I'm still so sad that the quest was not voice acted. And anytime I see a content creator out there go, like, 2.2 is such a terrible patch, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? This is awesome. But hey, whatever. It's fine. Okay. One. Oh, it wants me to light this other one up. Okay. But yeah, like, Oh, it wants me to light them up in order. Okay, cool. I got it. I just had to reset it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1. Oh no, I forgot which way it went.
Back off!
I know it's this one. And then what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one. Okay. We're good. We're good. Like, when you compare this to the Golden Apple Archipelago, I think Tsurumi Island is better than the Archipelago. But I think that,
Back off!
I think that it's smaller, so it doesn't feel as impressive.
Nice. I'm starting to lose count.
I think is the best way I could put it. But yeah, like I friggin' love this island. I'm just gonna like I'm probably gonna summon here. I am summoning, like that's something that's coming up. I don't summon a whole lot. I will probably summon a bit on stream. I have I have these right here that I haven't spent from the anniversary. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna spend just these on Toma, and if we get him, then I'll build him, and if we don't, then I'm just gonna wait for him to spook me, because the reality is Toma is really terrible for a lot of reasons, and I'm like still incredibly sad about it. So if we can't get him with these, then that's that. And then what I'm gonna do is pull for Ito. And if Goro's with him, I'll pull for Goro as well, because he'll just be on Ito's banner. Because Ito's kind of looking like he might... Well... I have no idea, honestly. But, like, he just... He seems like he might be kind of fun to play. And I don't know anything about Goro necessarily that's of any use. But I know they're both Geo, and I'm kind of lacking in Geo. So it might be nice to have a little bit more for Geo resonance. So there's that. But if they're not on the same banner together, I probably won't pull for them. Unless one of the banners is Albedo, because I really, really, really want an Albedo. And I might prioritize Albedo over Ito, depending on how the summons go. We'll see. The goal is not to dip below a certain amount so that I can always have a stockpile for Scaramouche. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway. Hey, Hey, Confused Bird, thanks for the super chat. This is by far my favorite Inazuman Island. I'm super excited for you to explore the
Cold
inside of
beer after a
Shirakoro
hard day's
Peak.
work.
Where is that? Is that here? Oh man, it's right where I am. Oh, this is the place with the underground, isn't it? Oh man. I was in here doing some of the stuff. For like the actual questy quest. But it was not all that bright out. Can I light this? Yeah. I don't know what this does. Like, am I actually doing anything when I light these? Should I just not? Should I have Lisa out? Lisa's not built. I'm sorry, Lisa, but I don't have a use for you.
Back off!
And if Scaramouche is playable, that means that there's going to be 2 electro catalysts that are, like, more useful. I got a chest. What happened? Yeah.
Where have you been hiding?
That's a good question. Where do they hide? These look like peacock feathers, don't they? Don't they look like peacock feathers? Is it just me? I feel like I'm walking around on a bunch of peacock butts. Everywhere. Oh, this is just my way back up. Okay. I don't want to go up. I want to stay down here, where it's cool. Oh, hello. There's a thing. And another thing. Okay. Neato. What if Gold is the Abyss sibling? You know they have golden hair. I'm not convinced of that one. Because it sounds like... I'm just not convinced of that one. Maybe. But I'm not convinced. Okay. Follow the great Thunderbird's gaze and expound her will. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's one of these. I hate these types of puzzles. Okay, here's one. Okay, so maybe the first one is this symbol over there. So that's, I'm gonna call that a C. This one's an S. And this one's looking in this direction. CS, there's an O. This one's looking in this direction. So there's a K. CSOK. And this one is looking in that direction. CSOK V. CSOKV. CSOKV, I guess. C S O K V. Yay! I did it! The power of mnemonic devices.
A valiant endeavor.
Woohoo! Okay, let's go in the cave. I really love caves in real life. Which is awful because they're really, really dangerous. But I used to go mining a lot as a kid. That sounds like a really weird thing to do with your kid, but I promise it was super fun. I have a lot of rocks in my house, including like a 60-pound geode. For no reason other than I just really enjoy it.
Can't handle your drink. Huh, pew pew.
I did not mean to do that, but okay.
Rain outlines your
fine.
fate.
Back off!
Oh, my ping went up, that's why. Okay, no, we good, it's fine. There's a reason I don't do things like Abyss on... Painful. Like, actually painful. What'd you do there, buddy board? Oh, hello. Hello? Oh, right, there's like a thing, right? Was there a barrier? Did I see a barrier? Am I imagining the barrier? Oh, no, it's right there. I am not imagining the barrier. It's just hidden. There we go. Whee! Ominous. Very ominous. Lazier, do you think Fuhua based model will be in Genshin Impact? I mean, I think it's kind of implied that she might be Madame Ping.
Shake and stir.
No, my sword! Witness the power of Guhua!
Eyes on me!
So that's a thing. I mean, Madame Ping can take whatever form she wants to. It seems like that might be a really nice thing for Fuhua. If Fuhua isn't Madame Ping, then I think she's going to be Guizhong. Oh, come on. What? There's another one?
Motion
Fine.
to compel.
Fine. Can I have my particles, please?
Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your...
Oh my god. Can I?
Incinerate.
Sometimes. Jeez. Jeez. Gonna wait for my ping to
We
reset.
can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Obiao, have you ever thought the Genesis Pearl could be similar to the pearl Venti holds in his statue? I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure it's a pearl that he's holding. But it might be. It's possible. I'm pretty convinced right now that the Genesis Pearl is a seed. A great cosmic seed. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Shake and stir.
Pretty words.
Look at you, Boozhound.
No, my sword!
Can my particles? Please? Particles? Please? Oh my god.
Rain cutter!
Oh my
Power that
goodness.
ended Fischl!
Motion to compel.
Recently I learned that you can actually hit these, actually immobilize them. I don't know why that works. It feels like something that should be Archer exclusive, you know? But it's not. Not at all. Eito, do you have any plans on collaborating with other Genshin lore tubers in the future? Maybe? I haven't seen a whole lot of interest in general with Genshin lore tubers doing collaborations, like, full stop. With me or anybody else. Like, it just, I'm not sure how that would go. I don't really know what that looks like. I'd like to look into it someday. I just don't know when that will be, and I don't know what that would look like. I feel like it's easier to do collaborations when there's not so much ownership over content, if that makes sense. Like, when it comes to theories especially, like, there's a lot of ownership of the theories. So, like, you either have to work together and make, like, a joint theory or something, or you have to do, like, a part 1 on one channel and then, like, a part 2 on another channel. And it's something I've seen done in the Zelda theory community for a while. Oh, this place is so spooky. I don't know what it looks like in Genshin. I really don't. I feel like it's different with the Zelda community because, like, those games are done. Like, they're completed. So they're not, like, ongoing, developing. They're not really on a time limit, kind of, like, you know? I don't know what it would look like. Oh, the music here freaks me out. I know it's really pretty, but, like, it kind of freaks me out because it sounds like the music that plays at the end of it just sounds like the music that plays at the end of a really tragic movie where like the earth is still standing but everyone died. It's just the kind of music that's playing and it freaks me out. Chibi Chibi Chigo, is it true that Tsurumi Island is our Halloween event and Dragonspine is our Christmas event? I would think of it that way, honestly. Like, I think it's better to think of it that way. Because it's an international game, I think it's really weird when companies do, like, straight-up holidays. Like, hey, Merry Christmas, here's your Christmas present. Like, I feel like that's really weird. It feels weird to me, you know? It's like, what if I celebrate Hanukkah? What if I celebrate Kwanzaa? What if I'm just not a Christmas person? You know, like, what if? It just feels weird to I don't know. It feels weird to me. So I kind of like it when they're more, like, seasonal themed. Like, Halloween is more of a, you know, autumny, fall-y kind of... Things are getting cold and there's kind of some spooky things in the air, and it's not like Halloween in particular, but it's like just the mood of the season. I think that's kind of neat. Whereas with the Dragonspine sort of stuff, it feels like it's not so much Christmassy, but it's very wintry. Which is also still kind of strange, because then you remember that there's places like Australia that exist, and it's gonna be really warm down there and not snowy and wintry. I don't know. It just feels like something that's catered to Western audiences. I have conflicting feelings on it. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna crawl into this thing. And, like, curl up inside it. Like a really disturbing parasite. Yeah. You know, this thing looks identical to the dome in Storm Terror. And that was in Observatory. So that makes me wonder if this whole thing here was an observatory. Also, excuse me, we're underwater. Is there glass there? Is that what's there? Like, come on. What? There is also an Electroculus here, and I don't know where it is. I have not seen it. Maybe it's above me.
Nature, but sometimes the two conflict.
Maybe it's below me.
Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
Anything is possible. What is this? Hello? Hello, birdie. Birdie? I can't climb this. You know what that means? There's something behind it. That's what that means. Anything you can't climb means it moves. I don't know what this is, though. Have you heard any of the new voice lines about... No, I don't look at those types of leaks. Like, if I happen to see a new character video or something like that, then it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm not, like, completely immune to leaks as they come around, because it's kind of impossible to avoid them. But at the same time, like, I don't seek out story leaks. Ever. And there are a few reasons for that. I know this is part of a quest, but I don't want to. There are obviously reasons for that, including, like, I'm writing theories. And it feels like cheating if I can, you know, write a theory about something I know is coming, because it's not really a theory anymore, it's like a preview. And I just, like, in general, I just don't like story leaks, because, like, the story is my favorite thing, and I want to be surprised. And So part of what I'm trying to do now is make as many, like, way far ahead out there predictions as humanly possible. Just so I can say with absolute confidence and no one can really refute the fact that, like, yeah, I made this prediction and there were absolutely no chance of any leaks ever being involved. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing Dendro now. Because there is no information for Dendro right now. Like, there's just none. So if I make speculations now, that's kind of like my insurance policy, I guess. So I don't look at those. I don't want to look at them. They kind of ruin my own experience. They don't ruin other people's experiences, and that's okay. If other people want to look at them, if they're just not my thing. You want me to face this one? Oh, okay. I have stared at these for so long. Okay, so it just wants those. No, it wants more. It wants more of them. So it wants you to take a picture of each one. Okay. There we go. The one exception I'll make to quote-unquote story leaks is books, in-game books. The reason being is the in-game books never really have anything to do with the actual story that's going on. And I don't really see any harm in being able to read those books early because, again, they don't have anything to do with, like, what's actually happening. So those are the one things that I will make exceptions for. Beyond that, I am avoiding basically everything if I can. It's not always possible. But, you know, such as Twitter and Reddit. And honestly, YouTube now.
Know my sword.
Because, like,
Power of Gugwa.
you get one suggestion in your feed and you're screwed. It's just gonna be everywhere, you know?
Motion to compel.
Anyway. Like, I saw some gameplay for Ito when I was looking for, some information on Toma. Because Toma isn't elite right now. Because you can play him in his hangout, and there's a glitch where you can kind of steal him and take him anywhere you want. And so because that's all in game right now, it's not a leak. It's like that's just a glitch. It's fine. So I was looking for stuff on him, and you look at one thing about Doma, and because of the timing, now you're gonna see all this stuff about Ito. So, like, I'm trying so hard to retrain the algorithm to be like, no, don't show me this. I don't want to see it yet. But nope. Good luck with that. YouTube is too strong. Too strong. Oh, there's a dude. No, I don't want to talk to him. Oh, I stole his mushrooms. Oh, hey, sorry. Well, now I feel bad. I'm gonna come back here and steal them again tomorrow. Do you do something? Oh, you do. Oh, you're gonna make me use amber, aren't you? Okay. That's mean. Joke's on you, I have an amber team. This is my daily commissions team, and yes, my daily commissions are very painful. Right now, because of it. Fighting specters is not fun with this team. Oh! Oh no, there's an order. Oh no, there's an order. There's an order. I don't like this. What's the order? I see no hints. I don't really want to try that hard right now. Okay, I'm running away. Except not with this team, I'm not. Oh, you can use the feather on the Thunderbird image? Ah, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Glowing feather. Wait, the feather's been glowing? I haven't even paid attention to it. Oh, man. Okay, now I'm going back in this room.
What's the hurry?
Because apparently I'm dumb. Can I use the thingy on the birdie wall? Does it glow? It glows! Yup, okay. Well, I feel dumb now. I wasn't even looking at it. Yay! Well, that makes me happy. Thank you! I probably would have figured it out eventually, but not for an embarrassingly long period of time. Yeah. Oh, whoa, sorry. I got really far behind. Sorry about that. Mr. Tavern, thank you for the super chat. I don't know what this is in reference to because I went on a really long tangent. I'm really behind right now. But he says it's not a leak. It's in game right now. Oops. Oh, you mean the lines about Shenhei? Those are in game right now. Are they? I don't see any. Oh, there is one. Look at that. Huh. Well, I can't read this one. Never mind. Yunjin I knew wasn't a leak, but Shenhei, you know. Shenhei I did not know was not a leak at this point. Because from my understanding is she's been around for a long time. Just like in-game files. But she was still kind of considered leak territory. Wait, what was I doing in here? I'm supposed to do something in here with the thing. I bet this drains water. I want to go down there though. Can I go down there? Will it let me? What happens if I go up here? Why are some of these stars black and one of them's white? I want to know the answers. That's going to annoy me. Okay, I'm going around in circles. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna run around. I'm gonna just run around. Oh dear. This is what happens when I don't look at chat for like a really long time. Apparently. I didn't know the thing does... Oh, I have the thingies. Yay! I have some thingies. I have 2 of these. And we'll need to find more of them. Okay, we'll go back in here now. Oh, this is what happens when you try to do too many things at once. I already have a short attention span. I get really easily distracted. Okay. What am I looking at? Hello, mural. I don't know what you mean in context of everything else. I don't know what this burb means either. Hello, Burbie. Burbie. Burp. Nope. This burb is not useful. Burb says nothing. What about this burb? You are not a useful burb. It is a dead burb. Dead burb. Okay. No idea. Nope, no idea. None. What do you mean the stars are the torches? Oh, you mean that we have to light up 4 of them? Oh, one of them's hidden behind the vine. I see him. Okay, so we light up 3 out of 5. That's a lot of gold paint. Okay, I'll go get Amber. Fine. I see. Okay. They want to light up this one. Yes. And this one. Oops, I missed. Listen, I don't use archers. Ah, I see. So, do I not get to drain the water? Because I would like to drain the water. Are you not a dead bird now? You are a bird that gives me a switch. And there goes the water. Yay, water! Okay, I don't want to play with Amber anymore. I have to play with Amber every day. I don't want to play with her right now. This place must be so smelly. Hi. Hello, Mr. Turtle.
I'm going in. Judgment.
Doody-doo. Doody-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. If you don't C6 your Bennett, you're either a physical main or you're a coward. That's my hot take for the evening. Yep. What is this? Big empty room with suspiciously closed door. Hi. I'm not gonna say what I think that looks like. Oh, are there Thunderbird walls in the way I came in? Didn't even notice. I'll be making multiple passes through here probably. Like much later, because there's a lot to see. Oh, hello.
Shiver.
Hello.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Let's light it
I am
up.
very close to
Teamwork
this.
is strength.
Good. Excellent.
Frostbite, freeze.
Cowards. Cowards.
Lights out.
You can't run.
Yeah. C6 Bennett makes Melt Kaeya possible. Woohoo!
Quite the find.
Isn't it though? Okay. Are we back in a room we've already been in, or is this a new room? Is that a new door? Oh, that's the door thingy that I did. Okay. I gotcha. I know where we are now. I understand. We went in a loop. Cool. Gotcha, gotcha. I want to break the pots. Smack! It's such a satisfying sound. Such a satisfying sound. Okay. Okay. Going back in here. Now I know that there are like pearly things that I'm supposed to offer up to at least one of these murals, but I don't know where they are. I'll find them eventually. Eventually. Let's go back this way. Okay, that's fair. You can't be a coward if you don't even have 7 Bennetts. But if you have 7 Bennetts, and you don't unlock his final constellation, you are a coward or a physical main. I don't judge you if you're a physical main. But like, you know, if you're not, you know, like if you're not maining Eula or Razor or Xinyan, because weirdly enough, it's not good on Xinyan, then, you know, I guess if you're running Superconduct Kaeya, that I might not judge there either. But, Superconduct's so weak, like, just in general. Like, why? Why would you ever do that? These things are so weird. Why does this look like Venti's chest plate? I don't like it. Don't like it. Also, these wavy things here remind me a lot of the sea things. The sea things that have like those triple one-eyed, weird, horned things. You know the things. Never mind. Never mind. I'm going around in circles now. I'm running away now. Bye. Whee! Tra-la-la-la-la. I'm going spelunking. Wait, I went the wrong way.
What's the hurry?
I don't know. I spend my whole life running. I have nowhere to go. Alright. So I have 2 out of probably 5 of these things. Don't know where to get the rest. I'll stumble upon them eventually anyway. Whee! Okay, well now that I know that the thingy lights up, that's useful. I feel kind of silly for not noticing that. To be fair, those things usually don't have any sort of special effect except for like when they go on cooldown. Oh, what? You guys again. Why? Why?
Oh, so sorry.
Goes a ways. I don't even have a use for these things. Don't have a use for these things. Oh no, a locked door. Whatever shall I do? I guess... Oh, wait. There's a switch. Hi, switch. Door opens. Yay! Oh, hi.
Freeze.
You know what's weird? Is that Rue kind of made it sound like these things were really new here. Like, they hadn't been around before. Which is kind of weird when you think about it. Oh, can you...
Clouds high. The birds come. Freeze.
Armored things are super annoying. Super annoying. I don't want to talk to you because you'll give me things to do and then I'll be like, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go the other way. These things don't do anything, it seems. Oh, that's a roof. Okay, no going up. I got it. To this. Oh, wait. Yes, going up. Just not right there. Follow the vines that you can't really climb because you clip into the funky. Okay. Well. That was an adventure. Okay. That was an adventure. I'm sure there's more stuff down there. That, oh, hi. That I will go down and get eventually. Probably. At some point. Who's trying to join my world and why? Please don't join my world. I'm running away now. I need to turn that thing off, and I never remember. Never remember. Okay. That might be enough exploring for today, though, guys. That was a lot of land to cover. That was a lot of land to cover. One thing I do want to do, though... Oh my god. There's like a... Oh, hang on. Itachi Uchiwa. Face reveal anytime soon. No. Probably never. I have plans for, like, things that I'm gonna do with my face later, and they don't involve YouTube. Remember what I was saying earlier about there being, like, some kind of, strange beauty to being a nobody? I feel like once you put your face out there, you don't have that luxury anymore of, not being that, you know. And I don't like the idea of not having that. So, no. Probably not. Also, I don't have the hardware for it. So, even if I had plans for it, it'd be, like, such a long way off. Probably not gonna happen in general.
Punishment.
I mean, what's the point? Are you gonna stare at my face while I'm playing video games? I look like a gaping duck. I'm just like, the whole time. Like, it's not that interesting. Yay! I remembered to get this one. There's an Electroculus around here, too. Going for higher ground for a better view. It's this way. I can't see it, but it's apparently this way. I remember very first, like, when the game first started, I did not know that the Electroculi showed up on the map. I didn't realize that the little diamonds that showed up were the Electroculi. It took me, like, an embarrassing amount of time to realize that. This looks like a boss arena. But there is no boss. I don't like that. That means there's a new boss coming. I guess that makes sense, though, because Ito's coming out. And they're definitely going to put out a new, like, Ascension boss kind of Geo thing for him, too, aren't they? Hello?
Into the wind.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't really get sucked into things, do you? That's right. I forget about that.
You can't run.
Well, that's nice then. That's nice then. Mao, Childfowl Legacy Transformation in Japanese is called Mao, literally Demon King, and the Archons are demon gods. Is it possible that Child may become a god in the end of it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Child is more likely to die than he is to become a god. I mean, if he survives Inazuma, I'll be surprised.
One with wind and cloud. Freeze.
Kid's got so many death flags. I think it's possible he was taught by someone who's like a god, like Skirk. She might have god-like abilities that he inherited. Because, like, it's not his skill, it's her skill that she taught him. So, I mean, I think that's a possibility. I just don't think there's a very strong chance of Child becoming a god.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Lights out.
Judgment.
Don't get frostbite. That hurts.
You know. Can you, like, please go down? Thank you. I'm gonna do a couple of puzzles and then call it a day. I think it's time. My butt hurts. I I don't know how people who stream like all day can manage to stream all day. This seems like a really uncomfortable job.
What's the hurry?
I like going outside and playing in the dirt. Oh, I don't have Beto out. I guess that doesn't really have anything to do with streaming being comfortable or uncomfortable in the end, though, does it? It's just preference. The problem is most of my hobbies are pretty sedentary. So having work that was less sedentary would be better, I think. Oh. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, it's one of those timed ones. I don't like the timed ones. I don't like the timed ones. This is the one that you need Lisa for. Because you can't have it come off cooldown.
Here.
Alright, 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 alright. Nice.
Oh my.
How often do you see a Lisa on stream? How many people use Lisa? Not me.
I trust you.
Not because I don't like her, I'm just not very good at using her. But, anyway. Isn't sedentary a kind of rock? Yeah, it's a kind of rock that settles, meaning it doesn't move much. That's what it means. It's become immobile like a stone. Oh my god, I hate these crystals because you always walk on them when you try to break them. It's really annoying. Lazier, I think Archon and Genshin not always based off Hersher, since Zhongli resembles to Adam APHO and Lady Murata share the same of Murata Himiko. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, because Murata is a Hersher. And Zhongli doesn't really have anything in common with Adam. And besides, if the Tsuritsa ends up being Bronya, it makes sense that Zhongli is actually Welt Yang, because Welt Yang and Bronya both have the Core of Reason, which means that they would have similar abilities. And the Cryo Slime and the Geo Slime have the same abilities, except for the Cryo Ice Fog thing, which is unique to the Cryo Slime. Just seems to me that if they both had the same core, they'd have very similar powers, i.e. a shield and yeeting missiles at you. Besides, Welt and Zhongli are both badasses, and both of themselves consider themselves, Welt considers himself a shield of humanity. Zhongli is known for being a shield. And he's the first Hersher, and Zhongli is the oldest Archon. The whole thing just adds up. Like, Adam has, like, no... Adam's kind of bland. He's like vanilla. You don't notice it's there until it's not there anymore. And you're like, oh, hey, wait, there's something missing. But Welt is a bit more chocolatey. Like, it feels more like an actual flavor rather than an accent. I guess that's how I think of it. Eli S. Hi, I'm not sure how to frame this question, but I've read mentioned of Ito having Kabuki hero elements, and I really hope MiHoYo involves him in Scaramouche's story and that it's not just a coincidence. I know what you're saying, and thank you very much for your super chat. Let me see if I can give some insight into this. So, from design alone, Arataki Ito looks quite a bit like something called an Aragoto hero.
Can't handle your dreams.
which is kind of like this big, angry hero, right? Like, think of your typical Shonen Jump protagonist hero style thing, right? But in Kabuki. It's kind of what they are. So, not only does his clothing resemble it, but his face tattoos resemble it. And they're quite similar in a lot of ways to Scaramouche's mask, which is also a Kabuki mask.
Ooh, we can definitely
And
write
both
this
of
off as
them have the
incidental gains.
same color schemes, the purple and red ropes, which are also pretty unique to Kabuki. And they are most commonly used for a character known as Umeo Maru, which is a plum... means like plum boy or something like that, but it's closely related to Momotaru, which is the peach boy. Which most people might know the Momotaru story just because it's the one with the monkey, and he was like a little, you know.
Diana Special.
It's almost like Japan's Thumbelina.
Motion to
Although I actually think it's a lot cooler. But Umeo Maru it has a lot of relations to it. Although it's not actually like a Momotaru story.
To ashes.
I've lost my train of thought like 4 times as I'm fighting this thing.
Incinerate.
I'm not good at multitasking. I'm good at rapidly shifting tasks, but I'm not good at multitasking. But it's weird that both of them have the same face paint as a hero, and both of them have the same clothing of Umerumaru, who is a hero character. I think that's just a very interesting choice, and I will be very surprised if they don't have anything to do with each other at all. The only thing I could say is that I think Scaramouche and Ito might be like... I want to say that they work together. Because I think that's possible because Ito runs a gang. And Scaramouche seems the type who would take advantage of that. And I think it'd be really cool to see those two have a blowout or even become like reluctant friends later. I think that would be a really cool way to introduce Ito, too. And it also occurred to me the other day that Scaramouche oddly has a weird chance of being playable, not because of his model or his lore relevancy, but I just realized the other day that we're basically getting replacements for all of A's original friends. So her original friends were Sasayuri, Chiyo. So Sasayuri the Tengu, Chiyo the Oni, Saigyu the Kitsune, and then, well, Makoto, her sister, who knows what race at this point. And it occurred to me that we've got Sara, who's playable, who's the Tengu, right? So she's a replacement for Sasayuri. And then we have Yai, who is a replacement for Saigyu as the Kitsune. And now we have Ito, who's the replacement for Chiyo as the Oni. And that means there's only one replacement left, and that's for A. And the only candidate for that is Scaramouche. So that's food for thought. I would just like to see all of them kind of work together. That'd be so cool. Anyway, adult Branya, 100% Tsuritsa, I think, personally. There's too much going for her, and I'm really banking on that core of reason theory to tie her together to Zhongli and to, yeah, the Welt Branya, Zhongli, Tsuritsa parallels are there. So that's what I'm going with. That's my current theory on that. The one Archon I'm not even remotely sure of is the Hydro Archon. That's the one that confuses me the most. I don't know who I would put as the Hydro Archon at this point. Like, from Honkai, like a parallel character. I have no idea. Fu Hua seemed like the obvious choice. But she also doesn't seem like someone who likes the courtroom. So then she just kind of falls off. And so my current pick is really just Seal. Or how do you say her name? Valoria? I forget. And I don't really know how relevant those two would be there. Other than, like, the scythe off with her head kind of courtroom vibe sort of thing. But neither of them feel very masquerade-y, I guess. I don't know. What do? You do nothing. You are a useless bird. A useless bird. I'm just gonna stand on this rock. This is my rock now. I am king of this rock. Anyway. Yeah, Durandal could be the Dendro Archon, but she doesn't seem brainy enough for it. That's the thing. Like, I know she's got a lot of ties to the Abyss Flower and everything. And she has, like, a lot of plant Dean motifs. But she's not really brainy enough where I would call her, like, a wisdom kind of character. She's very instinctive, which I feel like goes completely against what the Dendro Archon stands for, which is why I haven't been able to place her there. She seems like someone who might be a lot better suited for the Hydro Archon. But again, also not really that well. It's hard to say. Like, Hydro's the hardest one for me to fill. It really
Let me
is.
weave you a verse.
Inadmissible evidence.
Anyway.
Remarkable condition.
Anyway. I want Diona to heal. Hydro Archon could be on a Scarik, but I'm not sure. I have nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing when it comes to the Hydro Archon. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done one of those videos like, who might these Archons be? It's like the Hydro Archon is like the biggest question mark for me because me and a few other theorists are actually messing around with the idea that the Hydro Archon is actually Mona's teacher. And I'm trying to picture Anna Scarik as, like, Mona's teacher, and I just can't do it. There's things like that. It's just, yeah. I'm theorizing that Mobius is the Dendro Archon. It's not that she is. There's no question. You know, it's not like definitely not a sure thing. Anyway, I think we have done enough exploration for tonight. We've done a pretty good job on this island, actually. We went from, like, 10% to 65%. That's not bad for, like, aimless roaming around. That's what I meant to say. I think I have enough to get another level. No, I don't. Never mind. Never mind. Princess Stabity, wait a minute. I have a theory about Mona. So you know how none of the Archons have money? Well, who do we know who comes from Fontaine and doesn't have Mora? Yeah, that's why we think that her teacher was a Dendro Archon, though.
I wasn't waiting for you. I just happened to be resting.
Because we think that like, you know, the Dendro Archon's bad abilities or bad habits are passed on to Mona. Also, the Hydro Slimes throw out bubbles. And who throws out bubbles? Mona throws out bubbles. Anyway. PK missed. I actually talked about this in the very, very, very beginning of this stream. So I'm not gonna talk about that again because we went over about the evening and the morning stars and stuff with the Traveler. And those possibilities.
Huh, I'm here.
Definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Shiriak? It's not Scarik, it's Shiriak. I don't know how I would get that from that spelling, like, ever. Seems like a stretch. I don't know, we say a lot about, like, oh, this person is the most, tied to Celestia, or this is the most tied to, you know, the heavenly principles or whatever. Like, A is supposed to be the most tied to the heavenly principles, right? Because she's, like, eternity and all that. And also, May and Kiana also have that bond, you know, so that makes sense. But then, you know, obviously Hydro Archon's the closest to Celestia. It's like, why? I haven't... It's just such a big question mark for me still. I haven't been able to figure out why people say that. Maybe I'm just missing something. But it feels, to me, the assumption that the Hydro Archon is the closest to Celestia, it just feels a lot like the whole Kusanali isn't the real Dendro Archon kind of thing. Like, it just feels like something a lot of people want to be true, more than a lot of people have really good evidence for it being true. But I could be totally wrong on that. I just haven't seen any information to the contrary at this point to, you know, back up the claim. I want to stand on the top of the rock. Let me stand on the top of the rock. Thank you. No, I said on the top of the rock. There we go. I want to be king of this tiny little rock. You know what's weird? Now that I'm looking at it. Take a look at this mountain. This doesn't look like a solid mountain. This looks like it wasn't two mountains, but it was one mountain. And it was a hollow mountain because of the way that the rocks are formed on that one side. Doesn't it? Does not look like a normal mountain. This looks like a shell. Huh. I have to look at that closer at a later date, I think. Raiden battling the leader of the island. You mean the Thunderbird? Because no, she fought the Thunderbird on Seirai. That was a different island. I have real copium for people who want more male Archons. I think there are 5 more Archons. That are not the 5 we already know of. So for 12 total. And there's a good chance at some of those being male. So there's your male Archon copium. Secret male Archons. Abyss Archons. Man, I don't know if they would gender bend Kevin. That seems like a stretch. That seems like a stretch. Why 12? Because 7 to rule the heavens and 5 to rule the abyss, as per Gnostic mythology. So that's where the 12 comes from. It's 7 for the heavens and 5 for the abyss. And one really interesting thing is that 5 of the original 7 Archons have passed away. At least 5. What I'm wondering is if they're going to give us 5 more Archons, but they're the original Archons, and through some sort of ley line disorder, kind of like we see here at Tsurumi, we're able to interact with the dead Archons. Because we've already been told that gods can't be killed. Like, they cannot be completely killed. Like, Goba was just, like, reduced down to his smallest form, right? So it's entirely possible that, you know, all the Archons might be dead, but dead as in, you know, scattered. And maybe we'll piece them together. And then we'll have double Archons. Except for Venti and Zhongli, because they're the original ones and you can't replace them. I would be kind of upset, though, if they made another twin Archon. I really would. Because there was no reason that... there was absolutely no reason that the Electro Archon had to be a twin. Like, you could have taken that out and still had a functional story. You know. Like, Raiden Mei could have been the Kagemusha of another Archon, but it didn't have to be her sister. It could have been anybody. You know? She could have been the Shadow Warrior of anybody, and it could have just been a very dear friend to her. It didn't have to be a twin. Like, I get really annoyed when stories will do that, and they'll make someone twins when they don't have to be. When there's no real reason for it. It just feels convenient. Like, I know sometimes people are just twins, and in those cases, that's fine. But write them that way. You know, you don't just say, like, oh, I lost my twin, so I lost my other half, and so now I'm going to go and become a recluse for the rest of my life. Because you could literally tell that story about anybody losing someone close to them, not just because they're their twin. Could be their mother, or their sister, or their just very best friend. It doesn't... Anyway. She's not necessarily a body double. She's just like, when you're a god and you can shapeshift, like, what does it matter if you're a body double if they're your twin? Right? Like, the Queen of England has a body double. It doesn't look exactly like her. It just looks enough like her that people can be convinced at a glance, because no one's gonna really sit there and scrutinize and be like, is that really the Queen of England? That chin doesn't look quite right. It's like a stunt double, you know? I mean, how close is a normal person actually gonna get to the Electro Archon when she's slaying another god like Orobashi, right? They're only ever gonna see her from a distance. But anyway, that's kind of my thought on the whole twin thing. It just irritates me because they didn't do anything with the twin thing, okay? Like, they could have made it just like a normal sister, a mother, a friend, anything. But they went with twin. And what annoys me is that the Traveler is a twin. And when we went on a story quest with A, and when we had our Archon quest, there was never ever any bonding over, like, I understand what it's like to not be with your sibling that you're so close to. Like, I know what it's like to feel like you know that they're dead. Like, there was no bonding over that, and that feels like a missed opportunity to me. Like, why go through that trouble to make them twins and not take advantage of something as simple as that? You know what I mean? I guess that's where I get annoyed. It just feels like a missed opportunity.
Ha, I'm here.
Anyway.
Let's go, let's go.
Anyway. Can I have the thing now? Yay, I got the thing. Woohoo! There's still so many things to go. I know people who instantly maxed this tree when the patch dropped, even before they went to Tsurumi Island, and I'm still not sure how they did that, because I have 100% on, like, all of the islands, and I'm still confused. Oh. Right, that is the max. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Lots of stuff. Wait, what is that? Oh no, that's just the thing. Okay. Well, guess we capped that. I know there are still chests even at 100%, but I did go through the island like with the treasure compass looking specifically for chests, and I was pretty confident that I got everything, and I guess I wasn't confident enough. But yeah. Yeah, this is a nice view. Look at that. Very pretty city. You know, what's weird is it kind of looks like Mondstadt, but bigger. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it quits for here, guys. That's enough exploring for me for today. I don't usually get a whole lot of time to play as much as I'd like. So, days like these are real luxuries, honestly. I usually am lucky if I get like 45 minutes to an hour a day to play, and usually I'm trying to, like, you know, make sure I clear Abyss and use my resin and do the bosses and do some world quests if I can. I still haven't done any of the well, that's not true. I did part of Toma's hangout quest because I wanted to take advantage of the glitch where you can steal him. So I just did that route.
Lizard tail, pepper.
Just so I could do that and test him out. And I mean, I kind of regret it, but I'm kind of glad I did it because now I won't spend a whole lot of faiths on him. Because I don't really want Hu Tao. Because I don't really have a use for her. And she's fine as a character. She's just not like a favorite of mine, you know. So I don't really want to get her. And he's basically just Hu Tao support at this point, and that just makes me sad because I'm not a Hu Tao person. But I really like Toma, and they're gonna force me to use Hu Tao if I get Toma because it's basically the only unit he's really built for, and it just they did him so dirty. Like, if any of you thought Sarah was even remotely disappointing, and if any of you like Toma, brace yourselves. I mean, he's a budget Zhongli. That's a nice thing. He is a budget Zhongli. He just has no damage to back it up. And no real pyro application. So I guess there's that. I just don't know where I'd use him. There's like no place where I would use him that I don't already have either like a Diona or a Zhongli, or there's just places where Xinyan is better. And that's a weird thing to say. But anyway. Anyway, that is all from me. I wanted to grab that because it was going to annoy me. Anyway. He does have a strong shield. Toma does have a pretty strong shield. It just requires some work to keep it up. But as long as you're not like a Claymore user, you should be okay. As long as you're auto-attacking. Like, he won't work for Ganyu. Because she does a lot of more charge attacks. She'd need to like sneak autos in there pretty regularly in order to make use of it. But I tested him. Oh, he's so difficult to place. I don't really like this new pattern that they have of like releasing a 4-star that has such a niche position in the game that it only really supports like one specific unit. Like Sara is built for A specifically. She's built for A.
For so long.
And Toma is essentially built for Hu Tao, which is super weird because he's part of Ayaka's household, so he should be built for Ayaka, but he's not. And I feel like they're probably going to do that with Goro too. And that will just make me sad. Anyway. I think we'll see Ludi Harpastum next year. I know why my chat's all funky. I have this set to the wrong chat feature. Whoops. No, he can't be built for Ayato too because he has really horrible pyro application. The only thing he's good for is his shield. That is it. That is his only claim to fame. His shield is really good, but his pyro application is awful and his multipliers are bad. He has a 97% multiplier on that flame application at level 8. At level 8. Do you know what Xingqiu has at level 8? 250% at level 7. Toma has 97 at level 8. I'm talking about talent level 8, by the way. And he has really, really low attack, and he doesn't have good HP. And he scales off of HP. He has like Diona level HP. I have full HP on my Diona, and like some artifacts with like 16% HP on them, and a Millilith set, and she still only has under 30,000 HP. Like, it's not good. It's not good. They nerfed him really hard. I don't know who he's gonna support beyond Hu Tao. Like, the only type of character he really wants to support is someone he's not gonna, who just really needs a strong shield to go ham, that he's not gonna steal reactions from. Because he can't be a support any other way. It's really bad. He can't even use Millilith.
Sometimes the two conflict. Yeah.
He can't even use Millilith because his pulsing damage is on his burst and not his attack, his skill. So anyway, that's me being sad about Toma. I really liked him and I was really excited for him. Oh well. I was really hoping for Pyro Xingqiu too. I was really hoping for Pyro Xingqiu, but like, I was looking, like for bursts. Oh, this is gonna be sad. I know I have her at level 11, but Diona's healing field has a higher percentage of damage over time than Toma's burst does. I'll let that sink in. Yeah, you could run him with DPS Shangling, I guess. But like, damage-wise, Xinyan is like just better. This is level 8 right here. And her damage over time is 53.8% on her pulse. But she doesn't have the same internal cooldowns as Toma. So she can actually apply Pyro better. Which is weird. Like, super weird. But she also has a worse shield. But she does more damage overall. And this is her skill, not even her burst. It's just... Anyway. I'm done. I can't. I can't end on a bad note. Can't end on a bad note. We have to do something funny. Wee! Let's sacrifice Yanfei to the gods. Wee! Sacrifice! I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Has this always been here? Can I set it on fire?
Motion to compel.
Nope. Guess it has. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for accompanying me and being patient as I fumble through puzzles while being horribly distracted, as per usual. I'm sure that's always fun. I love when people are like screaming at me in chat for like 20 minutes.
Time to
Not
act.
realizing that I don't look at chat because it's on a completely different device and I have to like turn my head to do it. And I'm just not turning my head to do it. So you just don't see it. It's funny. I'll try to be better. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Couple more small videos coming out soon, and then I'm gonna take a week off first week of November because I have a business trip, and then I'll be back hopefully with a larger theory. And I think next theory I'm gonna do is gonna be on treasure hoarders, and then we're gonna have a nice fun Halloween themed theory, and then I take a break for like a week. Then I'll be back. Also, we hit 40,000 subscribers today, which was really confusing to me because it was 33 the last time I looked, and I'm still a little confused about what happened there. I would like to host a couple of giveaways, but because this channel, while we have a lot of subscribers, this channel is still quite young. I'm not quite sure how giveaways work and stuff like that, but those are things that I would like to do, and I would like to do soon-ish. But it's looking like it might be like a 50,000 subscriber kind of thing right now. But if you guys have any resources for doing giveaways and that kind of stuff, please leave a comment with that kind of stuff, because I would really appreciate the assistance, and I really do want to kind of spread the love around a little bit. I just haven't had the capacity to yet, but it's something I need to do because we've just grown really fast. Like we grew 10,000 subscribers in like the last 40 days, which is nutty when you think about it. So yeah. So I want to spread that around. That's the plan. That's the plan for the rest of next 2 months. Now I'm going. Now I'm absolutely going. Yanfei, be quiet. Shush. Oh my goodness. Oh no, my videos are on Reddit. I'm not ready for Reddit. Reddit's scary. I don't like going to Reddit. Very scary. Okay, I'm actually going now. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for showing up. You guys have a great evening.